Welcome back to another episode of Bowhunt or Die. This is a good one because we are actually filming on Justin's birthday today. So anybody who wants to wish Justin a happy birthday, it will be belated because this isn't going to air till tomorrow. But Jay-Z, happy birthday, my man.
Thank you.
This
29
a
again.
little birthday hug, guys. I'm giving Justin Czar a little birthday hug because he deserves it.
I just love it that I've got a cold right now.
Oh,
Todd's.
Do you really got a cold?
Yes.
Oh, dude. God darn it.
That'll teach you to be all hugging up on me all the time.
Man.
I'm just going to tell you I've got a cold all the time, so you just kind of like keep your distance, your personal space.
All right, well, I'm going to switch gears because I've got something that's going to make Justin just weep. Right there is my trophy doe. She's weighing in.
You haven't even killed her yet.
Doesn't matter. She's weighing in every bit of 137. That's going to be the winning number, I'm thinking, 137. That's it right there.
You're going to show up to go hunt, and she's not going to be there. You got to kill her first. You can't just show me pictures.
I know, but she's big, so I'm excited about it.
Very, very exciting. Well, guys, we got a couple fun segments for you this week. As we promised to you, Frankie Clark went out for the opener of antelope season in Wyoming to hunt with Dustin, so we're going to check in with those boys. We know that they're always going to be in the animals, and then we're going to follow that up with Tom Alford back here in Illinois as him and his son Jack are out doing a bunch of preseason preparation. So let's stop talking. Let's get right into it.
Down this road on the backside of this hill. There's like 4 or 5 bucks right over the crest. We drove past them about 100 yards. Kind of how we're gonna go up and stock over top of this hill. Hopefully we get lucky. It's the terrain is actually good for this stock. It's got this big high knob and it drops off to them, so hopefully we can get up, peek over top, and then should be hopefully within 40 or 45 yards, I'd say. See what happens. Not good. They're following this fence line up here now, so pretty much game over on them 4.
Alright, so we got a buck, a good buck, and I let Frank out of the truck to try to stalk him because there was no way we could both get there. So I came to the other side and I'm filming him, and I'm hoping that I might be able to keep his attention over here and give Frank the opportunity to slide in and kill him. Well, the antelope just took off. Not sure what happened. We'll go find out.
Well, another failed attempt. Drove past this buck and he was standing on this little hill. We went by him and kind of just looked at the terrain, figure out what we were going to do. There was one little spot that I could get dropped off, so Dustin slid back in the truck and dropped me off, and he came around and videotaped out of the truck while I stalked him. I got to 20. I could just see the tips of his horns, and wasn't for sure if it was 20 or 30, so I got my rangefinder and I was just trying to get back up for another range, and he was already gone, so he must have seen me right the last second. Part of it. Big wide open spaces. Next one. Well, we made a loop. We just spotted them. They're like 130 yards. We thought they were farther than that, but they're not. They're kind of feeding up this little edge, so we're gonna maybe slide up here. See what they do. Figure out which way they're gonna go. time. Crazy how these things nothing chews on them out here. They just lay there and dry rot, basically crack.
I'm not sure if we're gonna spend the rest of the day antelope hunting or if Frank's gonna want to find the other side.
It's been a beautiful day. We've had some luck, but we haven't got one down yet. So, a nice mule deer shed. Made about probably 8 or 10 stalks today. Come really close, but just wasn't meant to happen. We'll go after the next one. Smoked him. Oh man, that felt good. I watched that Luminocus right in there. Oh. Dude, hit him perfect.
Yeah.
I shot him for 40, 48, 49 yards, and it just center punched him. Oh. That goat we seen early this morning and put a stalk on, and Brett he just had like 80 yards, 90 yards, and just couldn't get close enough. So into the night we made a loop. Last spot we were going to go check for had some rain coming in. We went past him, didn't even see the doe. I didn't see the doe. We went up, turned around, come back, and then he crossed the road in front of us was a doe. I slid out of the truck. Dustin just kept going. I got a range. He kind of was looking at that doe, just kind of didn't know what was going on, and I just hammered him. 49 yards, 48 yards. Whew. Just walked over here to where he was standing, and I would say there's a blood trail. It looks like somebody took a paint can and dumped it out. Sage. Rampage. Little triple X. Spitfire triple X are a bad broadhead.
Holy smokes.
Well, it's opening day. Wyoming. Bighorn Outfitters. I'm out here with Dustin. Had a great time. Brett killed one this morning. He was feeling under the weather, so he stayed back. Me and Dustin have been busting our butt. We probably put in 10 stalks, I'd say. I mean, I had one at 20 yards. I missed another one. I mean, just couldn't get close. I mean, everything was over 40, so finally this one actually was 48, but getting dark, so we figured try it one more time. We made this one stalk and made a good shot. Everything worked good. Broadhead worked good. Bow worked good. Beautiful, beautiful goat. Big old long curls. Decent cutters, nothing real big, but I just like it. He's got all these little extra points, like stuff on the back. So, it's got to be an old goat. I don't know how old. Dustin's gonna age him later, I guess. So, but good day. Go hunt or die.
Tradition. It's a term recognized with importance, value, and legacy. The truth is, we've all learned from someone who's gone before us. And it is indeed a fact, someone has blazed a trail, a path that we now walk on. You know, they say records were made to be broken, but traditions, well, they were always meant to be carried on.
Alright, well, here at our first spot, the first thing I'm going to do is actually do some more trimming. But right behind me here, this little cutout, we've already been working on it. Actually, the last time Jack and I were standing here, I was doing a little interview over there, and the little coyote slipped right behind me. But what we're calling this is Death Row. Death Row is a ground blind to that edge, 17 yards. It can't be any further. So this is where, hopefully, Jack gets a crack at his first whitetail with his bow this year. And you know what? I'll sit here too. It's a great spot. We got corn. There's some corn that grew up in front of us, and there's some beans here, but we'll wait till fall and then modify that a little bit. But anyway, I'm gonna get cutting, and then we're probably just gonna go ahead and set the ground blind up here. Might as well get the deer super used to it right away. Let's go. Got a brand new blind. I think all we need is a shovel and a rake. All right, well this is the spot right here.
Okay, well this is starting to look really, really good. What Jack's doing is he's carving this sweet little path in here that hopefully won't have any leaves or sticks or debris or anything on it. We can sneak in and hop in there. Got the door obviously on this side, and then what I did is I went around the shovelfuls and I put dirt all around the outside edge, and watertight, scent free hopefully. And I am not going to totally go crazy and brush it in right now.
I need a glove. Blister.
Jack's got a blister. So I think we're actually going to just pack up. We've got 2 days of rain coming, Monday and Tuesday, so we better get this stuff in the ground. What I'm going to do is, Game Changer is actually a clover mix that likes the shade, so this area in here is pretty shady for the most part. Not a lot of sun. They say you need about 4 hours of sunlight in here, which is about exactly what we have. But I'm also going to go ahead, and they make these cool little bags, cereal rye grain. I'm going to broadcast that all through here as well. This stuff will actually probably grow up a little quicker than the clover will. Give the deer a little something to feed on. Hopefully kind of acts as a cover crop. And with the soil conditions in here, you know, I just want to get the deer feeding on stuff, so I think this is going to help out a lot. And then once this stuff gets established, obviously we've got to, you know, cut, maintain, mow, and we'll fertilize this one more time later in the year. But that's the plan. I'm just going to go ahead and spread this and then rototill it right into the ground. So let's get to tilling. With the way the soil's turning out, and you know, we sprayed that stuff yesterday, all this grass had 24 hours to sit on here, and then we cultivated under. Hopefully it's going to die, the root system's going to die, but it's also going to act as like a moisture barrier and like an erosion blanket for the new seed. I unfortunately didn't bring the spreader, but you don't need it. You know what, this seed is coated orange so you can see it really well. This is a small area. I'm just going to do it by hand. This bag is for a ½ acre, which is what we have. I'm going to probably go a little on the heavy side, not by much, but a little heavy. So I'm going to put it down, and then we're just going to do like a final kind of drag, rake it in, and pray that we get the rain tonight. Officially done with this plot. You know what, it was a lot of fun, a lot of hard work. Cost us about $100 with the rental of the rototiller and seed and fertilizer, but what a great little spot here for under $100. You know what, I think this is going to give the deer a little place to browse, a little place to make scrapes. I'm super excited about it. The lone wolf is right there. It's killer. Killer, killer, killer. I love this spot. It's going to kill a deer this year. So anyway, we're going to get out of here. We're going to pray for rain. We're going to continue to monitor this spot. You know, come back and check on it, make sure everything's good. We got some trail cameras set up where we can see if the deer are coming in and feeding on it.
Well, Frankie started his season off better than I did last year. I failed to kill an antelope.
You had a rough, yeah.
Frank kills one on his first day with a perfect 48-yard slam job, perfect freaking blood trail, and a dead antelope at the end of it.
We need to have all of our blood trails look like that.
I wish all of my blood trails looked like that one.
dynamite.
So, man, you know, Wyoming, for those of you who have not been out there, has just some awesome early season hunting opportunities out there. Antelope, I know mule deer and whitetail are starting here the 1st of September. Any day now, we got a couple guys going out to chase more animals out there, so hopefully we've got some more hunts from them. So congratulations to Frank. As for Tommy, I like to see him putting the kids to work, getting Jack out there, raking, picking up sticks.
Today. I'm just going to sit back. Go ahead.
No, you can.
No, you keep going. I'm just not going to comment.
Why, are you going to talk about Frank's hunt? Is that what
listen,
you wanted to do?
I was just
I thought you didn't want to talk about it.
I was just going to point out the fact that, you know, it's neat to be able to have the opportunity to cover that much ground using vehicles, right? Like some people may watch that hunt and wonder, like, man, why are they just getting in and out of cars and moving around? And just until you've gone to Wyoming and have that much ground to be able to hunt and move around, it's effective, right? I mean, you can either do what we've done in the past, you sit in the blind and you bake and you feel like you're in an oven, or you get out and you move around, you find animals and you chase them down.
Yeah.
So everyone's style is a little different, so.
Definitely.
Cool.
And with the amount of water they've had out there this year, the water hole hunting isn't really as effective as it's been in the past. So
so they're in a drought right now? I didn't know that.
No, they're not in a drought. They've had
they just got water everywhere. Okay.
Correct. Yep. If you've got a drought, that's when you want to hunt water
water
holes.
I agree.
It's the opposite. So, you know, as for Tommy, he's got some food in the ground out there. I know that it's growing. He's got some deer coming in there. He's got a couple decent bucks allegedly on camera.
Allegedly.
I haven't seen the pictures of them yet, but he
Neither
says
have I.
they're there. So we'll just have to see what happens. Season is coming very, very quickly.
He does have a remote camera on that spot that he raked up, and there has been no bucks, at least, that I've seen come through.
Oh, well, that's nice that
he
you're
shared with
monitoring that for him. So, guys, next up, we're going to do a little Ask the Expert section. This week's question was about broadheads and archery stuff, so we decided to kind of phone in an expert with PJ Reilly at Lancaster Archery. So we're going to start with the question first, and then we'll go into PJ and see what his response is. So
Go on.
Jordan Love says, when choosing a broadhead, how do you determine whether a mechanical or fixed blade is best suited for your bow? And do you have to take in the consideration of your bow's speed? So let's see what PJ has to say.
All right, guys, well, I really like this question because I think the viewer is asking something underneath the question there, but to strictly answer the question, I don't let the bow dictate which broadhead I shoot. I go by what game I'm hunting. My bow, tuned properly, will shoot either broadhead exactly the same, have the exact same point of impact. So I go by the game that I'm hunting. Whitetails, antelope, maybe antelope, something smaller. I may want to go with an expandable. I personally am a fan of the fixed blade broadheads for most of my hunting. So especially deer in the Midwest, mule deer, elk, I'm going to go with a fixed blade. But your bow should be tuned so that you can shoot either one exactly the same. And a lot of times what happens is guys have problems with the fixed blades. It doesn't hit where their field points are, so they go to the expandables, which hit more like their field points, and they think, oh, my bow has to shoot expandables. That's actually hiding a problem with your tuning. All right, so we just shot, and you can see I got my expandable right there, right next to my fixed blade. They both hit the same spot. So, as for IBO speed rating, that really doesn't matter for the modern compound bows. Expandable broadheads, where you're concerned about the speed rating, that's more in the crossbow range because of those really high speeds that crossbows get at. But for your compound bow, you could pretty much go with any of the mechanicals and you'll be all right.
Well, it is now that time where we get to pick apart people's trophy photos. I love this part. You love this part?
I'm sure the viewers love it.
I'm sure the viewers love it
we tell them
too.
they didn't do a good enough job on their trophy photos. But
well, let's go ahead and
yeah.
take a look at this week's first. We've got, you ready?
Yeah.
All right, let's do her. Brendan Durosky. No?
I think it's Durosky, maybe?
You're probably way more correct with that.
So you could go with Durosky.
I don't think that's all right, let's redo that. Brendan Durosky. Sounds so much better.
Cade Barnes.
Oh, come on. You guys, this is, I'm being set up with this week. Oh, man. Darren Come on, guys. Slosgiver?
Sound it out. Sound it out.
Oh, man, my English teacher, I didn't make it. Salzgiver? Come on.
Yeah, that sounds pretty good.
All right, I'm
all
going
right.
that guy to make this happen this week. I did it.
No, you didn't do it.
I didn't do it. I thought we were just going to roll with this one like this. No, fine. Darren Salzgiver.
Perfect. See, that wasn't too bad. Jairus Volkman.
Liz Carroll. That's so much nicer when they're simple.
I know. And Shand Burton Jr.
It's actually Shane.
Oh, boom!
Look, it says Shand.
It says Shane.
Oh,
Don't boom me. I'm just reading what's on here. Like Ron Burgundy. And Shane Burton Jr.
well, congratulations, Darren. You are going to be the winner. I am
Gotta
not.
say his last
no,
name
I'm not
again.
hitting the last name again. I already did it
All right,
once, and I did it
fine.
fine. Darren, you are the winner. There's only one person to pick apart here. I'm thinking.
Who's that?
I'm thinking right here.
Jairus?
Jairus.
Why?
Well, there's a spotlight. You know, you gotta watch those spotlights. You have to watch. You think that it's got to be someone holding a flashlight. You got to be careful. It just blew
You're
out
saying
this
he should
ear.
have used the flash on the camera?
I would say just
holding a
use the
flashlight?
yeah. You got to use the flash on the camera. Don't use the flashlight.
Photography tips with Todd and Justin. So thank you to everybody who sent in their photos for this week's episode. Darren, make sure you get your information to us. We've got a buck bomb and a sent away prize pack to send you. Before we go out of trophy photos, we want to give a special little shout out to a young viewer of ours, Trevor Peterson. He is 7 years old. He did not shoot this deer, but he went with his dad, sat with him, shot a doe. He's got some farm depredation permits, so he can do some hunting this time of year. So congratulations, Trevor. We appreciate you watching the show. And congrats to your dad. That's a nice trophy doe that you shot.
What did his dad send you for this little outreach here? What's going down here? I think Justin got some cash on the side.
He just said that his young 7-year-old son is a big fan of our show, Mr. Graff.
All right, well, that's
and think about this. We've been doing the show longer than he's been alive. If that doesn't make you feel old.
That makes us feel old. It's bad enough I'm asking Brad what his dad's last name is earlier today.
Yeah, that was a good one. Good brain fart. So, guys, we appreciate you tuning in to Bowhunt or Die. We got the holiday weekend coming up here in front of us, which
What are you
means
doing? What are you doing
September
this
1st. I'm going to northern Michigan.
So no hunting stuff. You're just relaxing.
Nope, I'll be fishing. Northern Michigan.
Gotcha.
Are we at the Dickinson County Fair? If anybody's around, you want to stop in, say hello. I think that's what it is. Somewhere up by Iron Mountain.
All right.
What about you,
dude? I'm telling you, I'm dialing in this year, my man. I got my trophy doe girl all lined up. That's gonna knock your socks off. Number one. Number two, I'm pulling all my trail camera cards here pretty quickly to start naming some bucks. I got to come up with some creative names, which I'm terrible at. So I'm doing that. I've got 3 stands I'm clearing out. Dude, I'm ready. I'm dialed in. Look out. Opening season buck is what I'm shooting for.
I will be looking out. Well, guys, thanks for tuning in to Bowhunt or Die. We'll see you next week with some more bow hunting action.
Well, if that machine doesn't scare every single deer out of the county, I don't know what will.
Hit list 1, 2, and 3. The rest are coal.